Hey everyone, how's everybody doing? Just wanted to come on here and I'm a little bit off center than I normally are because I wanted to display my Christmas tree in my videos. Anyway, wanted to talk about something that I've talked about before, but I haven't really went into great depth about it. And of course, you're going to hear my dog playing with her bone. That'd be Dixie. Well, she's just going to lay down and take a nap, I think. But anyway, it's about, I've talked about this, I've had a video. There's 3 words that I don't like people when they use them. They try to use them. Well, I thought we were friends. And friends is one of the words. And I've had a situation that just happened recently that where somebody was trying to set me up on a situation that I didn't want to be set up on. That makes sense. After finding out what it was, and I can't believe that, this person said that I was friends with them and then told their friend that I was a good friend, or that I was a good friend. And I think there's a lot of people that don't understand what a good friend and a friend and just an acquaintance, the difference is. And I have a situation with another one of my friends that's kind of she's ditched her friends, and she does this quite often when something else happens in her life and something better. And then she expects the friendship to go back to normal if that certain situation doesn't work. But that's a different video. That's a different situation. But the situation I'm talking about is this current situation that this person wanted to set me up with somebody. And it was not per se, I guess what I'm trying to get at is if I was that good of a friend, she would have never set me up with this person knowing my current situation if she was actually that good of a friend. I wouldn't even have popped into her head. But the problem is, and that's what I'm saying as far as when you're going to call me a good friend and then pull this kind of shit and do this kind of stuff where I would no more do what she wanted me to do with this person if she was that good of a friend. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense or not. But what I'm saying is if you know me, you know me. And if you know me well enough, you know that I wouldn't even attempt to do that. And it was just kind of odd because she kept saying this in the same sentence, you can talk to me about anything. And this was before she asked me what this person she wanted to set me up with wanted. And I don't even think she really understood what this person wanted out of me. And unfortunately, I'm not that one kind of person. Maybe it would have been enticing in my 20s, but I'm heading down the road to be 60 here pretty soon in a few years. And I'm 57 and I respect myself enough, and I just find it interesting how people think that by calling me a good friend and thinking you can tell this person that, oh, he's a good friend of mine, blah, 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 he'll be perfect. And just the simple fact that when I started talking to this person, I would no more do this kind of thing. I mean, maybe if I was 20, maybe I'd want to do it, but I'm 57. I like being alone. I don't need to be with somebody. And that's the whole problem with people today is people think that they're missing something out of themselves. That's why they need to be with somebody. And for me, I'm not missing anything. I'm a full person. And why would I go to find somebody to have that missing piece come into my body just to be with somebody. That's the missing piece. And that's what I say to people. If I'm going to meet somebody and be in a relationship, they better be a whole person too, because I'm not going to make up anything for them to be a whole person. And that's why it's so hard to meet somebody that is actually a whole person and that's looking for somebody to just enjoy their life together instead of adding something that they're missing out of their life, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm making sense, because a lot of people don't understand this, and a lot of people are with people because they don't want to be alone, for one, and for two, they are missing something out of their life instead of trying to build themselves up and get that to be a whole person. You know, and that's the whole thing what I talk about. This has all to do with when people, you know, when rescues get dogs in that they think are bonded pairs. And it's like, no, those dogs need to be separated. They need to be whole dogs because each dog has a weakness and the other dog is overcoming it by having the strength that that other dog doesn't have. And it's the same way with humans. I don't understand when people say, oh, I want to meet somebody to fulfill my life. And it's like, we're whole people. We should be whole people. And I mean, you shouldn't want to just be with somebody to make yourself whole or to have something that you're missing. And the thing about it is, I mean, you could say also that, okay, I'm missing intimacy, being intimate with somebody, because you can't really, I mean, you can be intimate with yourself, but that's only if you love yourself and you respect yourself and you care about you and you love who you are. So as far as having intimacy, and that's what I say about people, is you need to have intimacy before you have sex with somebody, because if you truly love them and you've had deep intimacy, you really don't need to have the physical sexual act of having sex. I don't believe, but that's me. I'm a little bit different, but I think I'm out of the norm of what people think is normal. And that's why people come back at me when I say I like to be alone, because they think that that's actually a defect or there's something wrong with you, because that's what society's taught us. And then after 2020, being separated from people, you couldn't do this, you couldn't do this, you had to stand, and all the whole thing is that's how you break people up. You do it like what they did in 2020, and that's what's their whole goal. But we don't need to talk about that. I don't care about that. It's done and over with. We just need to move on. And I did. I just left that. But let me know in the comments if you feel the same way about that. I mean, I don't need somebody to fulfill my life. My life is full. If I have somebody in my life to enjoy my life with and to bring things to the table that I haven't done, like maybe teach me how to cook a different way. I don't know. Teach me how to, you know, I don't mind that, but that's not an add to. That's not something I'm missing in my life. It's just, we need to learn stuff every day. And if you don't, your brain's going to go to mush. But that's my opinion. So let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.